Hey everyone, it's Nixie, and this is today's date and time. I probably sound awful, honestly. I know I do. I I had been crying for 2.5 hours straight since like 5:30. I'm fine now, able to talk. I have canceled all my weekend plans for probably up to 2 months. I will still try to make videos, and this is before all the videos I posted up into September. I mean, I have a lot posted for into September. And, well, my dog has cancer. See this sweet little face right here? That is my dog Snowball. I've told you all about her. My sweet little angel. I found out she has cancer. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Like, her neck here is swollen. We had to take the cute little collar I just recently bought for her like a month ago off of her. And yes, it has strawberries. And she was showing it off. We just had her microchipped like 2 months ago and everything. Her neck is swollen. Parts of her body are swollen. And after the samples, it came back positive for cancer. If we're lucky, she has 2 months to live with the medication to help ease pain and keep her going. Worst case, she doesn't. So, I'm sorry. She is a part of my family, so I love her. But I just want to let you guys know what was going on. So if in later videos I start sounding sad at times, or I have to randomly shorten the videos or stop them, like playing for a little bit, you know why. And I'm sorry about that. But my dog comes first. I shouldn't even be making videos. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have her next to me on my bed while I play these games. And the service is really crappy. Or I'll just put my mom's dog in a cage and let her roam around a little bit so she's near me. I can still play the games and keep an eye on her. I don't know what happened. Like, during the week when my mom was gone, she was fine. And then the day it came my mom was to come home, she was still fine. She was a little tired. My mom came home yesterday, Thursday, August 22nd. I picked her up at midnight, brought her home. She noticed that my dog's crotch area was a little swollen. And I'm like, I didn't notice this, so I'm thinking she might have a UTI or something. And then it gets worse through the night, till in the morning my mom brings her to the vet. And after they took the test, we had to wait. I come home, we sit down and talk, and my mom got the call saying it's cancer. So, I'm going to be spending as much time with my dog as possible, give her the best time. And the only thing I want, and I know it's really selfish, I know my mom will give her 2 weeks. I want her to last longer. I want her to. My birthday is on September 14th. I I want her. I want her to. I really, really want her to be around for my birthday. And then the next day, if she's ready to go, she's ready to go. And I'm hoping this medication works. Because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to have her put down soon. And I'm gonna be missing a lot of different things. Like my niece's first birthday, I told her mom from hell to high water I would, try to make it there. And well, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I can't come to Butter's birthday. Their first one. And that's sad because I went to my nephew's first one. I'm sorry, I'm starting to cry again. And also, Jelly texted me back saying, don't worry about it. I understand, because she has dogs too. And one of them had passed away a while ago. So she understands. But honestly, my mom and I thought her dog would be the first to go, because her dog is 14. And he's an old dude. He's already going blind. He's overweight. He's having a hard time jumping. And, we thought he'd be the first to go. She's 11 years old. She was energetic, always running around and stuff, and now, look, I don't expect anyone to watch this video or anything. I just needed to post this, because this is hard for me. I mean, I had to put my dog Corbin down years ago. He was a beautiful German Shepherd mix. Gorgeous, gorgeous dog. Very photogenic. He would sit there and smile when you took a photo. He had bone cancer, which is why his leg broke, which is why even if we paid for the surgeries and stuff, it wouldn't work. And that dog was somewhere between 10 and 16. So, he had a good life. And I have his ashes. I also put 2 flag holders together, like the cases where you fold the flags and the military flags and put them in. Took 2 of them, busted the back out of the one, busted the glass out of the other, screwed them together, put his big old moccasin blanket in it with some photos and his tag, and I never even washed the blanket, so it still has his hair and smells like him. I'm gonna do the same thing for my dog, too, Snowball. I am. My sweet little Snow. That was my nickname for her. Snowball, Snow, and Snow. And she knew when I was, like, cuddling or trying to get her inside to, like, coax her with treats and stuff, I'd be like, Snow. And then, like, about 2 years ago, not even that, like, 2 years ago, I had to put my cat down. One of my cats, Bonnie. Her real name's Bon. But when she got older, I called her Bonnie because Bon is nickname for Bonnie. And yes, I took that from Kim Possible. But in reality, when she was so small, she reminded me of one of those little Bon chocolates. At least until she got bigger. That's why I called her Bonnie most of the time. And yes, I still have her brother, her twin brother, Clyde. I still have him. She was put down at 10 years old. Almost 11. My cat is turning 13 this year. Clyde is turning 13. Now, like I said, Snowball's only 11 years old. She turned 11 this year. And now she has cancer. My girl cat, Bonnie, the reason why we had to put her down was we didn't know it. She was losing weight. And she then just sunk her face in the water, wasn't drinking. Kind of gurgled a meow. She had diabetes and already had a lot of organ damage because she wasn't letting us know. So, I mean, some of it got reverted, but that was too much. And it would have been too much to handle. And I made the rational one, to have her put down. And then 2 weeks later, we had a fire in our kitchen because the house next to us caught fire, and it caught part of our house on fire, like the back, the kitchen, some of the side. And yes, it's all replaced and everything, no worries. And all of us made it out. I woke up to it and got all of us out. I don't even care about that. My thing is, I even risked my neck for all the animals, not just my mom, but the tenants, their animals, because my mom rents an apartment, and there's a couple people up there with dogs and a cat, just like us. Got them out, made sure they were fine. Yeah. And I did go in for her, too. I went for her. That was nothing. But, I actually took her to the beach one time. She's a rescue. I haven't had her since she was a puppy. I've had her for years, though. And I mean years. And yeah. We I took care of her. It took a little bit to train her, but she's smart. She's smart, she's sweet, she knows not to go after food on the table or anything like that. Um um I'm sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought. But I brought her to the beach for the first time. She had never been to the ocean. She didn't like the water. This dog doesn't know how to swim or anything. I held her and let her doggy paddle along the waves. She was not a fan. She really was not a fan of it. But she loved the sand. She loved running on it. She enjoyed it. She loved exercising and walking around. And that was good on me at times because I needed to exercise. She motivated me at times. And I can't walk her in my neighborhood because there's stray pit bulls, and I'm not saying pit bulls are bad, but it was their owners. And there's actually a couple that are trained to attack other dogs because their owners are bad. And there's other kinds of dogs that are bad, and gun shootings and stuff like that in my neighborhood. So I can't walk her around. I can't walk her around without her being attacked. It gets too dangerous. And the one thing I always wanted to do I wanted to get a motorcycle license so I could buy a motorcycle and then buy one of those baby holders to slip her in, and then get a bolo helmet, like a small one for her to put it on her, put the goggles on her, and put little like earmuffs on under the bolo hat too. So like it would go over her ears would go over it, but it wouldn't. It would still like her ear flaps would go over it, but it would still cover her ears from the noise. And then just vroom, like vroom vroom, ride around with her. And I'm not gonna be able to do that. And I'm not gonna say she's my last dog. I don't think she ever will. But she's gonna be my last one for a long while. Honestly, she was the first dog I ever had that was a small dog. She's a chug, by the way. A Chihuahua pug. And she's not albino because while she's white, she has cream ears and she doesn't have the red eyes. But she's very rare at that still to be a non-albino white chug. Like, I've never owned a small dog. I owned a German Shepherd mix. Before him, I had a dog that we gave to my grandma because my mom and I couldn't take care of her because we were gone too much. Like, I was a little kid too. I was at school. I couldn't stay home, and my mom was gone a lot. And my grandma taught her to be a proper young lady. And then after my grandma died, my aunt took her in. I am still pissed about that, by the way. That my aunt let her get fat, overweight, beat around by her ex and his kids and stuff. And it took a long time before we took her back, and she was already sick. Her joints stiffened when she lay down, and then she couldn't get back up. The vets couldn't do anything, unfortunately. And she was a mix. She had a little bit of pit bull in her, you could see it, but she was a mix of other dogs. Had a long snout. She was gorgeous, proper young lady. She trotted instead of walked. She always crossed her legs. She was just a sweetheart. Not like my little girl. My little girl is still sweet. Not exactly ladylike, but still a little sweetheart. And I was gonna look for a costume for her. Like, I was thinking about getting that Little Mermaid swimsuit thing for her just because, or I don't know. I always see the cute doggy costumes, and I was gonna get her something. I really can't. I can't now. I can't. One of her sweaters, when I do the flag thing for her, I'll print some pictures of her. I'll go somewhere and see if I could get them printed, so I can have a couple photographs in there. Her fur clippings, one of her blankets, and then her I'll actually have her collar too with all the tags, because that's a new collar. And then get her cremated, and then get her paw prints done. One in a clay thing, and then the other one's done with the ink. I still have to put my little Bonbon's paw print tattooed on me, and I could put her on too. And yes, I did put my German Shepherd on there. My Corbin. He's on there. And then when Clyde goes, I'll put him on. Because I've taken care of them. I've had them for the longest time. They are my family. And I couldn't with any other animal I had because I couldn't be in the room with them. I couldn't. I ran out. I couldn't. Corbin was the first one I stayed with by his side because he had been by my side for a long time. He had always made me feel better. Bonnie, she was my little girl. I held her like a baby until she was gone. When it's her time, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold her close until she's gone. And then I'll hold my cat like a baby until he's gone. But I'm not gonna say she's gonna be cured. I don't have the money to get her cured. It's gonna cost me tens of thousands. And for what? For how many rounds of chemo? For what? At what cost? That's gonna harm her. And maybe not even cure her. I can't let her suffer. Right now she's doing okay. So I'm sorry. I just really had to rant. This was a lot. And I'm crying again. I actually have tears coming down because this was a lot. And I know I'm ranting and it's jumbled and all over the place because it's not scripted or anything. I'm sorry. But look at that cute little face. I had been laying in bed for like the 2 hours out of 2.5 because the other half I was like standing, walking around, paying the water bill for my mom, and then when I finally stopped crying, I took a shower to calm down. Yeah. So this was a lot. This was a lot for a Friday. And yeah. She was wonderful. She's a smart dog. She is wonderful because she's still around. I will make another video to let you know when she passes. But for now, if I delay in videos, if I don't post as often, you know why. And I don't care if you unsubscribe or get mad at me about it. She's my family. She's my fur baby. She's my child. You know, like, I've taken care of her. I've raised her. And she's a mama's girl. She's my girl. I'm going to be there to make her last days as wonderful as possible. She's gonna be the happiest dog ever. She's getting hamburger, chicken, and I actually air fry my chicken, and she loves it when it's air fried. So I'm not saying she won't eat it if it's cooked any other way, like boiled or baked, but she really loves it when I air fry it. She loves it when I make it for her in general, but she definitely loves it air fried. So she's getting a hamburger, and I'll cook the chicken and just live off rice and pork chops for a while. I need to make her as comfortable as possible. Oh god, I just realized I have a canopy for her. My mom bought her a canopy bed. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that. And I actually have this vintage rocking bed. I gotta see if it's still okay because it's wood and it's been in a storage unit that wasn't temp controlled. But It's vintage. It's like one of those low to the ground that rocks. Pure wood. I bought it for her so when I move into a place, I would put like bedding in it with a pillow and blinkies and a couple toys, and that would I would secure the bottom so it wouldn't rock, and put stairs there on either side so she could go in and out. If I wanted to, I could have moved the stuff and rocked her to sleep and everything, and I can't do that now. I can't do that now. Why does it have to be like this? Why does life have to be unfair? It's just not fair. She's still too young. She was supposed to be 13, like at least roughly 13 when she dies. Like little dogs like her breed live to be about 10 years old. Sometimes max 13. This is a good, I guess it's the timeline for her, but I still didn't want her to go. I'm not ready to let her go, and I know she's not ready to go. I want her to live through the whole 2 months, even if that means I never go out on the weekends during those 2 months to see people. I don't care. She's... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I really am. This hurts my heart. This is the third time cancer is taking a family member from me. And the reason why I say third time, she's got a lymphoma type cancer, I believe, because that's why her lymph nodes are swollen. They just said cancer, but that's the kind I presume she has. My dog had bone cancer. Corbin, he had bone cancer. And my grandma on my mom's side, my maternal grandma, she had lung cancer twice. She had a lung removed and beat it the first time. But then it came back. And she couldn't beat it. And that was the first time I lost anyone to cancer. So, that's what I mean by it. It's the third time I'm losing a family member to cancer. And it hurts. And I know this isn't my fault. Because cancer cells are in us. It just depends on what activates it. We are born with cancer cells. Anything could trigger and activate it. But I just feel like... I know it's not my fault. I just feel like it might be. I feel like there's a good chance it was. I feel like there's that small bit that says, hey, it's your fault. Because you are a bad person. Like, you're a bad dog owner. You weren't there every weekend for her. You yelled at her to get down when she was wet and on the couch, or scolded her for gently scolded her for throwing up on the bed, or I don't know, scolded her for eating, for going in the cat box, or something like that, And I know it's not my fault. I just feel like it is. Like, the small part of me feels like it is, and it will never not be like that. There will always be that part that will just nag that it's my fault, even though I know it is not. The only thing I have to do is just prepare myself, give her love, keep myself busy to make myself less depressed. And then once she passes, grieve a little, and then keep myself busy. Move on so I can either bury the grief or let it dissipate from the busyness. Is it healthy? Absolutely not. But that's the most I could do. And I've sent my boss a text letting her know what is going on. So that way, if I had to take any time off work, like leave during work to immediately, send her off, I could do that. I just realized how long I've been recording. I've been doing this for half an hour. I am so sorry. I just had to let this out. I'm sorry. She's my best friend. Like, Corgi is my best human friend. Even though I nicknamed him after a dog. A breed of dog. But my dog Snowball, she's my best friend. She's one of my best friends with 4 legs. She's my fur baby. And I'm going to love her no matter what, even when she's gone. I will still love her. So, yeah, if I don't post any videos for a while, or like after ones I've already done, or in my later ones I sound, out of it or something like that, that's why. And I will make a video to update on if she passed or not. She will eventually, but I'll make a video to let y'all know when she's gone. When she's crossed the Golden Bridge to get through the pearly gates. Who knows? Maybe she'll meet Charlie and Itchy up there from All Dogs Go to Heaven. I know it's an animated movie. I gotta make a little joke. Maybe she'll meet Old Yeller. Or Lassie. Any of them, really. I hope she meets my dog. My old dog, Corbin. I hope she meets him. Honestly, he knew my mom's dog, Jake, from when he was a puppy. And he knew both of my cats when they were 3-week-old kittens, when I had them. Like, found them, took care of them. So, he was around for a good long while. Never attacked them, never really bit them or anything. Like, was a very gentle dog. Like, his bark and growls were more ferocious than anything. Never bit a person. He'd nip them when he got annoyed, but never bite. So, I hope he guides her. And I hope her little Napoleon syndrome doesn't make her try to fight him and be the top dog, I mean, he's got patience for an old man, So I hope the two, get along. Alright. I'm gonna go because my migraine finally started settling a bit. And I'm so exhausted. Between 2.5 hours of sleep before work, 2 energy drinks, celebrating birthday parties at my, like, 5 birthdays at my job for the one day. So, like, all the August birthdays. And then coming home and finding this out. You can understand how exhausted I am. So, and I've been really airheaded too, which is why I've been forgetting what I'm saying while talking. It's too much. I'm mentally and emotionally shot. So I sorry I couldn't move my lips for a moment. I'm going to log off and I'm going to bed. So I just want to let you guys know what's going on and to rant and talk about my sweet little girl. So I'm sorry for breaking down like hardcore, just about hardcore. I'm so sorry. Y'all have a good night. I love you guys. And if any of you are pet owners, love them. Love them like they're your family. Hold them close. Give them kisses, no matter what kind of animal they are. You could have a pet mouse, tarantula, snake, cat, dog, no matter what they are. Let them know you love them. Let them know you care. Let them know they're a part of your life no matter what. Okay? Even a fish. Okay? Because no matter what, they're not just pets. They're not house decorations. They're not in season fashion. They're your friends. They're your family. They're loved ones. So, make sure you show them extra love after this. Even if it's just giving them an extra treat or an extra pet or an extra kiss or belly rub or something. Okay? Have a good night, guys. And girls. And all my furry, scaly, lovable, even non-lovable pets out there that are family. Bye, guys.